guys. Good morning. It is Tuesday, July the 22nd, I think. I haven't even, yes, 22nd. My watch tells me that is correct. Just driving around here, kind of channeling some Dicky Labs this morning. Thought I'd tell you about my day yesterday. It was kind of busy, kind of hectic, kind of fun. But I'll start at the beginning. And during the mornings normally, I'll go out and smoke my pipe when it's fairly early. You know, I've mentioned this before. I get up usually around 6 in the summer, sometimes earlier if I can, and if I wake up before that. But woke up yesterday around 6, I believe. And as per usual, I was, read my Bible and my devotional and all those things that I try to normally do every morning. And then I kind of looked through our local newspaper here, which is online. I mean, they do have a print version, but it's just very, very thin, and it's a lot more expensive than just getting the digital version, which you can, read on your device. So I was looking on my iPad at the newspaper, and just so happened to notice on Facebook Marketplace, I actually went to list a couple of items for sale, but I ended up I looked, and the first thing that popped up was a player piano. Now, I had a player piano for a while. It's been probably 15 years ago. I was given that by a friend of mine whose grandmother was being put in a nursing home, and she no longer could keep it. So I picked up this very heavy piano and took it home, and I don't even recall. I think I loaded it in my little Mazda pickup at the time and strapped it all down. Took it home, plugged it in, and could only at that point and wheeled it in my garage because I wasn't sure in the house where it was going to fit, but I just had to have it. So I wheeled it in the garage, and it came with a couple of rolls of sheet music. I remember one of those was a couple songs from South Pacific, and so I remember listening to Valley High and a couple of those other songs on there. But the problem was the piano was, I don't know if it was out of tune or if the rolling mechanism was off kilter, but it was very uneven sounding, and it sounded as if basically like a drunken person was playing it. So I never really got to enjoy it thoroughly. I did enjoy it, and I accumulated several rolls of music throughout that time, but it was never all that satisfying because it had a very loud blower on it. You could pump it, but it was very difficult to pump, and so it had an electric motor with a blower attached. It was kind of jimmy rigged. Someone had taken a PVC pipe and it was coming out of the back, and anyway, like I said, it was a little bit on the jimmy rigged side. So had it for a few years, ended up getting rid of it, and I've missed it ever since, or just always wanted a player piano. So I saw this listing on Facebook Marketplace for a player piano, and it said it was in excellent shape. It's a 1915 Newton piano, which I'd never heard of before. There are a lot of piano manufacturers in the early 1900s. I'm gonna light my pipe here. So anyway, it was actually a video clip of it playing a song, and it sounded really good. No drunken person at the keyboard this time. So anyway, I told my wife about it. She wasn't super happy about the idea of a piano because we had in my office the piano that she grew up with, and I knew this would be a sticky situation. So at first she wasn't very happy about a new piano taking the spot of her beloved childhood piano. We'd only had that piano for about 6 years. It had been passed on to several other family members through that time, but she finally got it back, and my wife isn't able to really play it much because she can't see the sheet music anymore because of her vision. So it's always been sad. She's gone there several times and tried to play it, but it's never been something she was able to accomplish. So she just can't play it. She hadn't played it for a long time. So my thinking was, well, if we get this piano that plays itself, she could still play it if she ever gets the whim, the desire to go in there and play it. But in the meantime, I can enjoy it as a player piano. Now, this thing came with 200 rolls of music. So basically like a jukebox from the early 20th century with 200 songs or performances and some multi-song piano rolls. So long story short, I spent the majority of yesterday trying to line up my guys to help us out. So I told them, well, I'll rent a truck, a U-Haul or a trailer, and pick it up, and if you guys will meet me at home at 5:15, we'll get this piano. In the meantime, we decided to let our daughter Emily use my wife's old piano because she has small children and they want to learn how to, they love the piano, and she wants to give them lessons or have them given lessons eventually. So the plan was to rent this trailer 5:15, or rent it, have it at my house at 5:15, and then all the guys would move our piano to my daughter Emily's house, and then we would go and pick up the new player piano, or new to me player piano, and then take it back to our place. That was the plan. What happened is I ended up deciding to rent a truck because I thought, well, if I rent a truck, then we can strap it in there and we'll make sure that it'll be safe. We'll close it all up. I have to worry about falling out or anything like that. So I went to get this truck. I got the smallest U-Haul truck that was available, a 10-footer. So I went and picked it up, got it home, put it in the driveway, and looked at the back and realized that this particular truck did not come with a loading ramp. So we got this truck with plenty of space inside, but the problem was that the opening to get into the truck, the access, was about, 3 feet from the ground. And one of the biggest problems is not only was that 3 feet from the ground, but about a foot below that, there was a big metal bumper that stuck out about 12 inches. So when you're moving this massive piano, you not only have to clear the truck, but you also have to clear this giant bumper. And I didn't have any plywood or any ramp material or anything like that. So when I got the truck home, I called the place to return the truck. They had closed at 4:30 because I got there about 4 o'clock to pick it up, make sure I had plenty of time. They were closed. They had no trailers anyway, so, and the place was about 15 minutes from home, so I didn't know what to do. I stressed out. I looked at everything, see if there were trailers available. There was one place pretty close by that had a trailer, and they closed at 6 o'clock. And I thought, okay, well, I got to get this thing back to the U-Haul place and go get the other truck and meet these guys by 5:15. So by that time it was about 4:05. So I wrote the guys and said, I don't think I'm going to make it, but I got the truck. Didn't realize I'd used like a quarter tank of gas, so I had to take it and put about $15 worth of gasoline in it. And then, of course, the place that I rented it from was actually a storage place that also rents a few U-Haul trucks. So basically, you have to pull the truck out to an outside curb and all that. So I'm running out of time here. Gotta turn the truck back in. I didn't realize when you do this sort of thing, use an app on your phone, you got to take pictures of the inside of the cab, the back of the truck closed, the back of the truck with the cargo bay open, the left and right side of the truck, the front of the truck. So I'm doing all this stuff, and in the meantime, the clock is just ticking by, and I had bad cell service, so it was taking forever for the pictures to upload. So finally got the thing all done, got in the truck, and it was like 5 minutes till 6. all that time was spent. It took me all that time to spend. So I had texted the guys. I said, I'm running late, guys. So went and got the trailer. When I got the trailer, they had about 3 trailers and about 4 U-Haul trucks just in a lot. And the lot wasn't gated, wasn't fenced off or anything. I noticed behind that there was a gate that was shut. There was like an RV behind that, and it looked like kind of a shady situation. But there were the trailers out. There was a 5x9 inch trailer, so I saw the trailer out there, and I thought, well, I guess you just hook it up and take it. I'd already reserved this thing online, so so I hooked it to the car, and having to like kneel down on my knees in a hot asphalt parking lot and put this thing put the trailer hitch on, or hook it to the trailer hitch and put all these straps and these chains on and hook up the electrical. So by the time I finished this, I'm sweating like a crazy man. And so got all hooked up and told the guys I'm headed home. And by that time it was like 6:15. So I'm stressed out because they've been waiting for me. Even though I told them I was going to be late, they'd already pretty much left their homes and was headed my direction. So I got home, they're all there, so that was good. My 2 sons, my son-in-law, and a friend of the family, Jose, they were all there ready to go. So once I got back, I gave Jamie the privilege of backing the trailer into my driveway because I'm really not at all talented when it comes to doing that sort of thing. So he backed it in the driveway, and they heaved, hoed, yeah, I guess that's it. And they got the piano out the truck. I had a couple of furniture dollies which they used. So they got the truck out to the car. They got the piano out to the curb. They loaded it up in this trailer, which had a nice ramp, so they didn't have to really lift it up much higher. Got it all strapped up, and in the meantime, the guy that we were supposed to pick up the new piano from thought we'd be there around 6, so I had already sent him a text telling him we were running late. So by the time we got to my daughter's house to drop off my wife's piano, it was about 6:30. Got that all done. Finally, luckily the guy place where I was picking up the new piano was only about 7 minutes away from where my daughter and son-in-law live, so that wasn't too bad. Luckily, we were able to get there. By the time we got to his house, it was like 8 o'clock. Got the new one strapped on, a new one being a player piano, and I realized it was quite a bit heavier than the regular upright piano. Got on the trailer, finally got it taken back home. I think we got home at like 8:45, and then the guys unloaded that thing and put that in my office and got it all plugged in, and I had this trailer. But I looked, I'm thinking about this trailer, so I was wanting to take the trailer back to where I'd gotten it, but I didn't know if they had locked the field. I couldn't remember if there was like any way that they could lock the field up, the parking lot where I got this trailer. So I was hesitant to drive there, so I just parked in front of my house. But I got on the app and it said that my reservation had been canceled. Now, I had already used a credit card to reserve the trailer, and I'm not sure what happened, but so I'm thinking at that point, we don't even know that I have this trailer. There's nothing anywhere that says that I have it. So I'm thinking, well, if they have surveillance, they're probably going to come looking for me, or whatever, report me to the police. So I was stressed out about that, kind of worried throughout the night. They didn't open until 10 o'clock. I called 11:45, left a message on the phone saying, hey, my name's David, I have a trailer, I don't know what happened, but anyway, long story short, finally got it back this morning. There was a guy there. I don't think he knew what he was doing. He said, oh man, I was getting ready just to call and report this as missing, but I prayed, God told me not to do it, to hold on, and here you are, you show up. So he said, how about just give me $35, because there's no record of this trailer ever going out, and we'll call it even. So I'm digging my wallet, and I gave the guy $35. He stuck it, he counted, he said, oh, this is like 32, I need 3 more. And I thought, that's weird. Anyway, I gave him 3 more. I was going to ask him to count it again, but he got a phone call in the middle of our conversation, so he was talking to some other person about renting a truck or a trailer. So Anyway, I figured, well, whether he got 35 or 38, I guess it's not the end of the world. And on the way home, I remembered, well, wait a minute, that treader was supposed to be $24.99, so I don't know what the extra $10 was for. I think he just put the whole amount in his pocket and probably, I don't know if he's got to pay a fee to U-Haul for everything that's rented, but I don't think he did that. I think he just pocketed $35 or $38 and called it a day. I don't know, but I'm just glad the thing is at my house now. It's all over. I don't have to bug the guys anymore. So that's my story. That's yesterday. My wife was in a bit of a state last night because she was tired. She was a little resentful that I made her substitute, a player piano for her beloved, cherished piano from her youth. I guess I should have thought about it. We talked about it. I told her I don't want to do this if you don't want me to. She said basically it's fine. You're going to do what you want to do anyway. And I thought, well, I'm going to lose no matter what here, so I might as well lose with the player piano. So anyway, what a mess. It was a very stressful day. I was glad when it was over. We didn't get to bed though till like 12:30 last night, because by the time we got home we hadn't eaten, showered or anything, and man, what a mess. So luckily the piano is safely stored in my office now. I had to put the music rolls out in the garage because there are two large cabinets with 200 piano rolls. But I'll show you guys this piano eventually once I get back home. I'm having to stay out of the house for right now because we have some house cleaners that come every 2 weeks and clean the house, and they're there cleaning and spritzing things up, so I don't want to interfere with them, so I normally just stay gone when I'm there. So at this point I will probably go back and hang out on my back patio and smoke my pipe, because I haven't smoked a lot during this video, because when you're talking you really can't smoke a pipe very well. So anyway guys, well, thanks for hanging on. Man, it's been 17 minutes. Sorry for the long-winded story. If you've already, well, I guess if you've already shut this off, you'll never know what I'm saying anyway. But anyway, for those of you who stuck around to the end here, God bless you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for listening to my story, and I will talk to you guys soon. God bless you all.